You've got a new project. Congratulations. In this video, I'm going to tell you what I think are the top priorities for your first 2 weeks on your new project. First, before you even get started, my Zeroth tip, if you like, is to read through any documentation that's available before you even turn up. Access that documentation, use highlighters, use notes, use tabs and bookmarks to make sure that you reference and understand all the key points, and then organize it and file it appropriately so that you can access it again. Make your own notes, make your own files, make sure you understand the background. Next, at the start of your first 2 weeks, recognize that first impressions matter. When you turn up to meet your team, when you turn up to meet your stakeholders for the first time, stand tall, be confident, be enthusiastic, project that persona that says, I am in charge and I am glad to be here. Let people know that you're here to listen, you're here to help, and you're here to get things done. And in the first couple of weeks, that's the right order. Listen first, then help, then get things done. Next, if you're working in a client organization rather than your own, then pay attention to the culture, the norms and the practices within that organization. The more you understand them, the easier your life will be, but only if you respect them and conform to them. Remember, you're a project manager. Your job is to shake up the organization in the context of your project, but not to subvert the organization in the way that you deliver it. Next, get to know your stakeholders, particularly your key stakeholders in the governance tier. Make time to meet them, to ask them questions, to listen to their answers, and to make notes so that A, you don't forget what they tell you, but B, they know that you are taking an active interest. I recommend that as you meet people and you leave the meetings, you start to build up a network diagram that helps you understand the political interconnections and the relationships between the different stakeholders you meet. Next, build relationships with your team members. Get to know everyone on your team as an individual. Understand what their aspirations, what their expertise is, and spend time, by the way, with your subject matter experts so that you understand deeply the subject of your project. Most importantly, if the project is outside of your own expertise, by spending time with the subject matter experts, you'll get to know who to go for when you come to different issues. For this kind of problem, I'll go to that person. For this kind of problem, I'll go to a different person. Now you can start work on a project definition. Get to understand the problem that your project is there to solve or the opportunity that it's there to exploit. Understand what your different stakeholders want, what their priorities are, and in particular, what each one's definition of done or their definition of success will look like. Ideally, help them to articulate their evidence procedure. How will they know that the project has been a success for them? As you do this, also collect assertions that the stakeholders make about the benefits of the project. These will be vital for building into your business case and ultimately for your benefits management. Also, listen hard for and keep notes on things like constraints, dependencies, and the assumptions that people are making. Identify any risks or issues as they emerge in your conversations and record them. All of these can go into issue logs, into risk registers, into assumptions logs, into dependency matrices. In particular, notice those issues and risks that your team needs to work on early on in order to set up your project for success. And finally, start to think about the kind of structure your project will need in order to succeed. What will be the work streams it will need, And where will it best sit on the spectrum from highly predictive to highly adaptive? You're going to need to tailor your project to the needs of the environment, of what you're doing, and the culture of the stakeholders. Therefore, you just need to start to think about this as you're gathering your information. These 10 things are more than enough to get you going for the first couple of weeks of your new project. But if you make sure you pay attention to these 10 things, then you will set yourself up right for 2 things. One, of course, is a successful project, and the other is for you to be seen as the right kind of project manager who asks good questions, listens to the answers, and thinks carefully about what you're doing. Please do give a thumbs up if you've liked this video. I'll be making loads more great project management videos for you, so please do subscribe to the channel and hit the bell so you don't miss any of it. I'll look forward to seeing you in the next video.